Hi, my name's Kate Mueller. I'm the Chief Product Owl and Resident Cheesemonger here at KnowledgeOwl, and welcome to our first ever monthly product newsletter. We're starting this basically based on requests from users and customers like you. We see it as a way to sort of summarize what's been going on at KnowledgeOwl in the last month. And since we've never done proactive email communication in the past, we were treating this as a totally opt-in thing. So you're going to get this one email from us right now with this newsletter. But if you want to keep getting additional monthly newsletters from us, there's a button just below this video that you can click to update your email preferences. So you can choose to get this, you can choose to get emails when we publish blog posts, you can get added to our beta testing user group, or you can say, hey, I really love not getting any email from you and don't opt into any of those things. The choice is up to you. Today, I'm going to walk you through some major feature updates that we've had, a few learning resources we have available now, as well as one major document update. So let's get to it. The last month, we've been working on some big features, but we haven't released anything that's really huge. So this is basically a rundown of the most notable enhancements that we've done in the last month. And the biggest of these is that we've been slowly building out more functionality within topic display categories. So this is a category type that actually displays the full body of all of the articles it contains directly within the category. You don't navigate into them. And in the past, we had a default category layout, which would just do all of the bodies of the articles directly displayed with each article header as an H2, and accordions, which would create collapsible, expandable accordion sections using the article title as the label for the section. And we just in the last month have added this tabs layout option. So this will display all of the articles as individual tabs. It looks a little something like this. So each of these tab labels is the title of an individual article within this category. And then when I click on the tab, I will get the content of that particular article displayed within the tab. The URL will update so that you can send somebody directly to a particular tab. A couple quick notes on using these. We do have a whole recorded video session on this to get into more detail, but you can basically add as many tabs as you want, and we will try to handle those elegantly, but it can mean that some of the tabs get really small, or if you've got long titles, they get really tall. So you can also consider using the option to use short article titles here and add those short article titles into your articles, and we will use the short article title for this display. We've also added a couple settings that basically impact the top portion of the topic display category. So this would be the area above the tabs or above the accordions if you're using either of those. If you are using the quick links option, which creates a little table of contents, this would be above the quick links section. So one of those settings is this intro article. If you check this box, it will basically display the very first article of this category above all of that stuff without the article title displayed, so it functions as an intro. And by default, topic display categories show the category description at the top. Once we started using intro articles, we realized that it seemed a little redundant to also show the category description, so you now have an option to hide that. So in this case, this text at the top is actually stored within an article, the very first article in this category, and it gets displayed as the intro since I've selected the intro article option here. We've also been building out the new customized text tool. So this tool is marked as being in beta, primarily because we're still adding sections to it. Whatever is in here is already stable, fully tested, fully vetted. You are welcome to use it anytime you want. This tool is designed to allow you to customize the text that we automatically generate in your live knowledge base. So for example, the home label in your breadcrumbs or your table of contents, we've always just hard-coded that to home. The placeholder for any field, so the search bar, the down here in the comments, all kinds of things. We've generally hard-coded a lot of this. And customized text is us moving to more of a placeholder so that you can customize those text strings yourself. So previously we had search, table of contents, and top navigation included here. The major release we've added in the last month has been the reader login page. So if you're using individual KnowledgeOwl reader accounts and using our built-in reader login page, You can now customize all of the text on that page. Previously, you had to do funky JavaScript solutions here. It was tedious and kind of awful. Now you can just come in, find the string that you want, and update it. There is a very detailed help resource on this in our support knowledge base that will give you a breakdown of all of the text strings. Actually, let me open this in full sight. All of the text strings, the description, and we've got numbered screenshots down here to explain to you what each of those fields is. It'll cover all of the text displayed here, the button labels, the links for resetting your password, or if you've got reader signups enabled, each of the pop-ups that those two things open. So you can go very far down the rabbit hole of customizing that text to language that fits your readers or your business or your brand. And while I'm here, we'll also point out we used to just have a help link in the upper right. We have now expanded this into a full help menu. So initially, clicking the help link would open what now is the in-app help, which is our contextual help widget that'll try to suggest resources from our support knowledge base. But you've also got an option to open the support knowledge base directly into full screen. You can also jump to our status page, which is particularly helpful if you're having slowness or performance issues. You can see if we've already got an incident logged or are working on it. And you can also click Contact Support to open a conversation with one of our lovely support owls. The other set of changes I wanted to talk about today is primarily in the style settings. So this is an area we've also been slowly trying to make a little bit more user-friendly in 2023. And we've made two big changes here. So one of these is that we now have this whole new section for adding a favicon. Favicons are the little image that appears in the browser tab when you have a website open. Previously, our instructions on adding a favicon made you go into the custom head and add some code in here and upload the file and grab the URL for that file and make sure that your HTML was formatted properly. It was a process. Now we've got this little favicon uploader that you can just drag a favicon file directly in and upload it. You don't have to mess with HTML. You don't have to go into the custom head. It's nice. If you've already got favicon designated in the custom head, we recommend that you update the favicon over here first and then remove the reference in your custom head. The other change is the behind the scenes change. So previously, I would say about 90% of our fonts were loaded through the Google Fonts API. And it was brought to our attention this year that Google Fonts API is not very GDPR friendly. So we have shifted all of our fonts to being either system fonts, which everybody's computer recognizes, or to self-hosting the font files so that we never hit the Google Fonts API and therefore bypass all of the GDPR concerns there. In practice, you won't see any change from this unless you had GDPR concerns about it. The one change you will see is that we've added some fonts that weren't in here before. We've added 6 new ones. So you can come in and play around with those and see what's happening. And the very last change I want to mention today is something you should hopefully never have to do. But that is to be able to run a full search reindex for your entire knowledge base. So when you create new articles and publish them, or when you update existing articles, we automatically reindex that content for search. So we update the search index so that the search results will see whatever that new content is. I would say 99% of the time, that process works perfectly. The other 1% of the time, something goes sort of wrong. It gets stuck somewhere in there, or if we've got very slow performance due to an outage or something like that, the index might just sort of stall. And when you reached out to our support owls, they would have to run that reindex for you. The big change here is that we're giving you the option to run it yourself on the search settings page in the search reindex section. There's just a big green button you can come click. It'll take a few minutes. While it's running, full search results will be disabled. So particularly if you've got a sort of mission critical or very large knowledge base, we recommend that you only click this button during maintenance windows or otherwise during off hours. Those are the main updates within the app. There also are some resource updates I want to be sure I share with you. So in October of last year, we started doing these things called Wisdom Wednesdays. So Wisdom Wednesdays happen right now every other Wednesday at 2 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern. The first 10 to 15 minutes is me talking, basically sharing my screen, talking through either feature updates, recommended workflows, best practices, that kind of thing. We record that portion of it and we can do a Q&A for that piece. And then the second half of the half hour is basically an ask us anything. Usually several members of our team attend and you can ask us a question about the topic at hand or any other topic in your knowledge base. Now, since we do record them, we share the videos back out here. All of this is tucked into our table of contents in the left-hand side in Wisdom Wednesdays. If this is something you're interested in, I strongly recommend you hop in here, click the subscribe button in the upper right. This will send you an email when we post the topic for the upcoming Wisdom Wednesday or when we post the video recording after the fact. And let's see, so we've got 2 in here from April. The other document change I wanted to mention is out here in our search documentation. I opened this briefly earlier. It's called Optimized Search. This is a guide I've been working on to provide basically a series of steps that we get asked about a lot, which is how do I make sure that my content is optimized for search, that people can find what they need when they search. So some of this is about settings or features or configurations you can use. Some of it is about content best practices. It's a fairly good guide. If you attended the Wisdom Wednesday session I did on this back in October, it's basically the same content as that, but in written form, so you can work through the steps at your leisure. Whew, okay, I know that was a lot to cover. The first newsletter, we've got a whole lot to put into this. I promise the videos will be shorter in the future. And last but not least, one little request from you, whether you choose to subscribe to these newsletters or not. At the very bottom of this email, there is a link to a survey. We would really love to know what you thought of this, especially if you're going to keep subscribing. But do you like the videos? Do you not like the videos? Do you like the text? Do you not like the text? Are there other types of content that you would like to see us move into these newsletters? We are trying this out for the first time, and we would really love to know what would help you the best. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. See you next month.